Hi, listeners! Welcome to Contemplating Parenthood. The aim of this channel is to educate people of the different feelings and experiences parents go through, so they could look thoughtfully at what parenthood really looks like. And here is our story for today. Passionate, career driven police officer who becomes bitter, borderline suicidal, stay at home mom in the matter of 3 years. I just found this page and I have been reading through posts for hours, and I thought that I would share my experience and why I regret becoming a parent. I joined the police academy as soon as I turned 18. I knew I had wanted to be an officer since I was in middle school. I was young and athletic with a desire to help people. I'm an adrenaline junkie and live for action. It seemed to be perfect career path, and I was absolutely right. Within 2 years, I was a licensed police officer in the state of Michigan. And wow, saying that my family and I were proud would be an understatement. I passed all of the qualifications and I began shadowing officers in my precinct. I fell in love with the job. I dedicated every last waking moment to bettering myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. The first time I drove my very own squad car with my partner was like being high on the best drug imaginable. It's almost indescribable, and I miss it every day. Not only was I a damn good rookie, I made fast friends with the more seasoned officers, male and female. We would bar crawl, golf, work out at the gym, go out to eat, white water raft, hike, etc. You name it, and we did it together. I worked my way up over the course of 7 years to genuinely being respected and well liked in my community, which was a feeling that I never knew before. I was nothing before my career. Backtrack to 4 years ago, and this is when I met my husband through one of my officer friends. My husband is an engineer and a little older than I am. At the time, I was 27 and kind of looking to settle down. Everyone in the force was getting married or had been married for a while. I wasn't looking to fall in love, but it just happened. He checked off all of my boxes and I checked off all of his boxes. Everything was happy and fun and new. However, everything always seems perfect in the honeymoon phase. We get married after exactly a year of dating, which looking back was too fast. He made sure not to include any of my officer friends, which were basically family at that point, in the wedding. He even made every excuse in the book why I shouldn't invite them to the wedding, even though our good friend James introduced us. I invited them all anyways. He controlled every aspect of the wedding, down to the silverware and flower arrangements. I'm not a materialistic person, so I let him have the reins. He shut down my insistent wishes to honeymoon in France, where I even had family that we could stay with to save money. We honeymooned in Hawaii, even though I had already been twice and was 3 times as expensive. I'm still bitter as fuck about this because now it will be insanely difficult to travel to Europe with our son. Another missed opportunity. He pushed me for a baby right away. When I say pushed, I mean he pretty much begged me to have a child. He was 36 and ready for a real family. He guilt-tripped me almost every day, saying that he wouldn't be complete without a child and that he was running out of time. He would buy me expensive gifts and sugarcoat how amazing motherhood and having our own family would be. Meanwhile, I was thriving in my career. I had recently gotten an award and I would attend banquets that my husband enjoyed. I had gotten a significant raise that I had asked for. Life was good for me. I didn't want a baby. I didn't want a baby at all. I'm a stupid and naive pushover. Let's just call a spade. Why I let him come in me, I'll never know. I didn't think I would get pregnant that quickly. Yes, you guessed it. I got pregnant after being married for 6 months. I highly suspect he would poke holes in the condoms too, but he will never admit to it. Blah blah blah, everyone was happy for us, of course. In my head, I was sure life would return to normal after my son was born. It did not return to normal. I agreed to stay at home for a year to breastfeed. I thought that was a reasonable amount of time to get back into shape and find childcare. I had put on probably 40 pounds and needed to tone back out. However, I struggled and I'm still struggling to lose weight. Pregnancy completely changed my metabolism. So just add that to the list of regrets. I fucking hate my body. A year went by and I felt it. It was the hardest year of my life just sitting in the house with a baby that I truly didn't want. I yearned to get back into the action of my exciting career. My friends in the force were begging me to come back as well. I guess they missed me a little bit. My husband had every excuse in the book why I couldn't go back to work. I would be a bad mom for risking my life to make a paycheck. Childcare is too expensive even though I offered to pay for it. He would divorce me and take our son if I went back to work. He was threatened by my career. I shit you not. If you were threatened by my career, then why the fuck did you marry me? Can anyone explain this to me? It's been 3 years and I'm still sitting at home. I really don't know how it happened and I realize how dumb that sounds. Life is continuing to pass me by. Every day is so bland and colorless. It's been so long that I forgot what my life was like before I had my son. I don't feel a bond with him to this day. Even though it was my fault too, I blame my husband for this. His life remains largely unchanged. He goes to work every day and has actually excelled leaps and bounds in his career since I gave birth. He has gotten several raises. He lost 30 pounds, which must be nice to actually have the time and energy to work out. I'm too depressed to work out or do anything but sit in the house. I have lost all zest for life. Even if I decide to go back to my career, it would take an enormous amount of effort to get back into peak physical shape, let alone peak mental shape. I don't even think it's possible at this point. My family and friends are supportive, but they have their own lives and families to take care of instead of worrying about me. They'll watch my son, but the time away is never enough. I would almost rather not have any time away than get a taste of the freedom and autonomy that was stripped from me. I suppose that's it. Don't be me. And here are the top 2 most reacted comments in this letter. Commenter number 1 says, I was there, depressed and feeling fat. A few years later, healthy and fitter than almost ever. It's a long path, but it's worth walking. To be honest, I'd take him up on the offer. Get the divorce, give him custody, and leave. Expect some blackmail, flying monkeys, and other evil shit. But you were blackmailed into this life that's not yours. Get it back. Good luck. And the second commenter says, let him divorce you and take the kid. He is using you basically as a domestic servant while he continues to live a life largely unchanged. He wanted a kid but wanted you to deal with it. And you already know he is controlling and gaslighting you. This is not a healthy relationship. You deserve better. Give him what he wants. Give him full custody and run.